Hello, Marty.
Hello, Nicholas. How are you?
Hello, everybody.
Yes,
I'm
everybody.
good, man. I'm good. I just had a great Easter Sunday, and I honestly had it by myself. Well, actually, not by myself. Me and my little doggy, because, she's a little something or someone. And yeah, how was your Easter?
It's pretty good, pretty chill. I didn't do no
Yeah.
Easter egg hunt, but it's pretty cool.
I mean, when was the last time that you went Easter egg hunting? I'm sure your girl went Easter egg hunting, though.
Nah.
Uh, uh,
Oh.
mm, mm, mm.
Nicholas. Last time was when I was a kid, for sure. But I always liked it.
When When did you consider yourself not a kid anymore? Like, what age was that?
13.
Yeah, you just think because now teenager, you're not a kid anymore?
Yeah, 12, 13 is a teen, 14 is a teen. Is that coming from here or over there?
Nah, that's from over here.
Oh.
Some dick over here forgot his alarm on or something. I don't know.
Oh man, that LA life, I love it. It's so
No.
crazy how quiet it is here compared to LA, dude.
I bet.
Oh my
Which is
god,
nice.
it is such
It's
a
very
huge
nice.
difference. Well, because especially coming from Koreatown and shit. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, you lived in a place.
Hey, can you shut that fucking shit off?
Sorry, I had to.
It's okay. Continue.
Sometimes I have to let it out. Living in the city makes you very emotion heavy, and you condense everything, and then eventually it just comes out of you,
So you bottle it in, and then
let it out all at once.
yeah.
It's like an over spilling water bottle. It's about to fucking blow up, and that's what happens.
Right.
This guy's really a dick, though. Like, damn, do you really not hear your vehicle? You're like, what? What's going on?
Down. The audience is probably like, fuck this podcast. On to the next one.
Yeah, this is terrible. But I mean, I've had some crazy experiences by my. It's hard to think and process things when there's like a constant beep, beep in the background.
Right.
But let me close my window. Hold on.
Oh, it's open?
Yes.
You idiot. This guy with the open window doing a podcast. Who the fuck does he think he is? Where the fuck does he think he is?
Still gonna hear it. I mean, it feels so good outside. I love leaving my window.
I
just
do
open.
too, but I close it when I'm about to record something.
I usually do too, but I didn't expect a horn to be going off for 30 minutes. I mean, you're still gonna hear it, but it is a lot more condensed, at least.
Yeah, hopefully the audience can
But
tolerate
yeah,
that.
back to some stories over here in my window. I remember one time I woke up on a Sunday early. It was like 7:30 in the morning. I woke up with some yelling outside of my window because I usually sleep with my window open.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, no robbers come to my house now that I just released that information. I got a gun though, so don't fuck with me. But I remember one time.
You are losing your train of thought.
It's hard because I keep thinking about this damn thing. Like, I still hear it predominantly in my head.
All right, go ahead.
So Sunday morning I wake up. Thank you.
You stopped?
Okay. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And there's yelling outside of my window, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I peek outside of my blinds, and I see this couple arguing. Meanwhile, the dad is holding a kid that's probably like 1 year old, can't even stand on his own, and he's just like wobbling the kid around like, nah, you ain't gonna take the kid from me. You ain't gonna take the kid from me. And I'm like, what's going on, bro? Like, what's all this commotion on the Lord's day? What's going on here? Why are we waking up like this? Let's wake up with some peace and harmony, not this type of negative energy. And don't fucking do that with the kid. You're literally bobbing him back and forth like a rag doll. It was crazy.
Holy shit.
So I'm just looking outside and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm just watching to see if anything was gonna happen, or if the guy was gonna put his hands on the girl. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I mean, I'm no fucking hero, but I'm gonna feel bad not doing anything while I hear it outside of my window. I can't just put on headphones, be like da 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 da. You know, like I gotta be like, yo, like what's going on? You know?
Yeah.
But so I just keep peeping the situation and seeing what's gonna happen. And they're just going back and forth, yelling at each other, and he's just being super arrogant, super loud, like, nah, fuck this, fuck you, you get the fuck out of here. And the girl's just like trying to keep quiet and be like, yo, just give me the kid. And he's just being belligerent. So one of the neighbors says something like, hey, can you keep it down? It's really early.
Oh no.
This man turns around and goes, hey, fuck you. You could tell your husband to come outside. I'll beat his ass. I'm like, damn, bro, like that.
Wow.
You know, at that point I just knew, like, I don't want to get involved, because if I get involved, I'm gonna just call the cops, because something's gonna happen where we're gonna end up going to jail anyways, and the cops are gonna be involved. So I'd rather not get to that point over some shit that I don't give a fuck about. All I care is that somebody's ruining my peace on a Sunday morning. You know. But yeah, that was one holy Sunday.
If it was me, I'd probably just pull out my phone and start filming everything, just in case some shit happens.
I feel you. You definitely are that person. I remember this other time, I think I probably told this in a podcast before, where I was working on something on the computer. This was probably around midnight, 1 a.m. I was still editing some shit, and I just hear a loud ass crash right outside of my window, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I go outside and see a truck pulling away from a car, from a SUV.
That was in LA or Florida?
Oh, shit. Right here, right outside my window. I was like, oh shit, like what the fuck's going on? And that truck just drives off and gets away. But I was able to record a little bit of a video of it. But it was far away. It was going to be very hard to tell. And then 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm already sleeping. It's like 3:30. I hear another crash, loud as fuck. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I go outside, bro. Another car hits the same car.
What the fuck
this time it's a SUV.
Was it like in the middle of the fucking street or something? What the hell?
No, it was parked where I've parked before, when I used to street park. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, what are the chances of that happening, right? So the next morning, I wake up and I see the police over there, and they're just investigating and this and that. And I mean, like, I'm not gonna get involved, you know what I mean? Like, especially with police. Like, I have police friends, but me and you've had some traumatic police experiences. I just don't want to get the police involved if I don't have to. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm gonna stay the fuck away from this. This has nothing to do with me. I got a video. If somebody comes up to me and asks me about it, I'll give it to you. But if nobody asks me shit, I ain't gonna say shit. You know what I mean? So my neighbor upstairs is like, damn, you saw what happened to the car? And I'm like, yeah, bro, that sucks. And he was like, yeah, that's my car. And I'm like, oh shit, word? That's your car? Yo, I got a video right here, bro. Like, do you want it? So maybe you could turn it into the police and see what's going on. This man's like, oh shit, you got a video? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'm coming downstairs right now. I'm like, all right, cool. Comes downstairs. Me and him are chopping it up. He was like, oh yeah. Nah, I know who did it. I'm like, what? Nah, I know who did it. It's for the insurance, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to get that money. This shit expensive. And I'm like,
oh wow.
Oh, okay. He was like, so you can go ahead and delete the video. And I'm like, okay, fuck it, whatever. And it's not my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Right. Wow.
But yeah,
he didn't give a fuck.
It was
then, huh?
Nah, he didn't give a fuck. I mean, the only reason he really told me the story was because I had a video, you know what I mean? I had proof, so I guess he was scared of me giving it to the cops or some shit.
Yeah.
But it was just funny. So I was just like, yeah, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the two crazy stories that I got right outside my window for living here for almost 2 years.
Damn. One each year.
Year and a half.
Yeah. Damn. Does it feel like has it sunk in that you're in LA now? That you're in California? I feel like I asked you this before.
I guess it does. Um, it just doesn't feel like I've been here for a year and a half because of quarantine
Yeah. Right.
and just how everything is right now.
Mm,
Did you hear that cases are actually going up in a lot of states?
really?
Yeah, there's like a lot of states that cases have risen by over 20%, including Florida.
Oh, wow. I mean,
Mhm.
after that spring
Hope-
break weekend, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, and it's about to be Memorial Day weekend. You know how Memorial Day gets, bro.
Maybe they're just saying
People
that for
from
people
Miami,
not to meet up.
huh?
Maybe they're just saying the numbers are going up for people not to meet up.
I mean, it makes sense as the numbers will go up, especially if there's like this coronavirus 2.0 or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, like different
you know?
variants and shit.
Yeah. This shit is crazy. Did you see that Bloomberg released that article saying that Kanye West is the richest black man in the United States?
I heard about that. That's true?
No. Forbes apparently said that that's not true. He's the third richest black man in the United States. Bloomberg said that he was worth 6.6 billion, and Forbes came out and said that he was worth how much? 1.8 billion.
Well, he's still a billionaire.
I mean, yeah, of course, he's definitely still a billionaire, but I mean, they just valued things differently. But I don't know what percentage he owns of the Yeezy brand. I know he's majority owner of it, but I know there's other people that have
Is that what made him like super rich?
percentages. Well, yeah, the Yeezy brand is valued at 3.2 to 4.7 billion.
Wow. So
It's
he
a
made
lot of
most
fucking
of
money.
his money through a product and not so much of his music.
Right.
And
right.
he's known
How do you
for the
think
music.
Jay-Z feels? How do you think Jay-Z feels?
About what?
About him now being more rich than him.
Well, Jay-Z definitely makes
Kanye
money
West is
moves,
more rich
bro.
than Jay-Z. I'm not saying he doesn't. Jay-Z's a billionaire. Jay-Z's worth 1.4 billion.
Wait, so who's the who's the richest then?
Kanye, or who's the richest in America?
Yeah.
The richest black man. I forgot. There's two of them. I forgot. I was looking into the article, and then this was like last week that I looked into it, and I honestly forgot, and I didn't write it down.
And Kanye's third?
Third.
And
third
who's
richest
second?
black man. I don't know. I forgot. I don't know who the first two are.
Oh.
I forgot. I read about them. Yeah.
I see.
But Kanye made all this money through sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, not so much. It's a product, and people really want it. There's high demand, and he charges a lot.
Right.
So it makes sense. I mean, he makes
Or
shit
I mean, it's
cool,
not.
bro.
It's not even necessary. It's not even. I mean, it's the product that he sells, but it's like the whole brand within itself. You know?
If it wasn't,
Like
if there was no Kanye attached to that, I don't think it would have took off as much, because his audience is really loyal.
Yeah.
Like people that fuck with
mean,
Kanye really fuck with Kanye.
They definitely do. It's almost like a cult.
Kinda, yeah. It's kind of what like
And,
XXX had back in the days.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Jay-Z still makes a shitload of money. For him to be worth that much, that's still a lot.
Fuck yeah.
He has Tidal.
Mm-hmm. Which I think
Ace
he's
of
selling.
Spades.
I heard he's selling that.
Is he?
I think. I'm not sure. But I heard he's like I don't know if he sold it or if he's like in talks of selling it.
Yo, the man, he makes some smart moves. Like I remember he bought part of the Nets, moved them to Brooklyn, and then sold them. He was like, "Nah, I got a team in Brooklyn. That's what I wanted."
Right.
And now they're in the verge. They're with the best team in the NBA. They might just win a championship this year.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Fuck yeah.
He should have fucking kept his stake in that shit. It's probably going up by so. Yo, Jay-Z be taking like. I mean, he's worth a lot of money, but I don't know. I feel like he makes smart moves, but they could be smarter.
Well, it's all timing, you know. Because there's people that had like Tesla really early on and sold it off, and then Uber stocks and sold it off like before it even like
Right,
went mainstream.
Because I mean, if you do think about it, when he sold the Nets, I know you don't follow basketball that much, but when he sold his stake in the Nets, they were terrible with some terrible, massive contracts. Like they had Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett while they were old as fuck on huge contracts. So they were literally stacked up on money as far as salary goes. Yet they were nowhere near the top 3 or 4 teams in the East alone,
Wow.
So, and they did they haven't been the best team the last couple of seasons. They've been okay, but when Kevin Durant left Golden State and went to Brooklyn along with Kyrie Irving, that's when everything changed. And now James Harden plays over there. So they got 3 of arguably the top 5 to 10 best players in the NBA.
Damn. And that was after he sold it or during? Like he collected those players?
After. He sold it at, I would say, at a good time. But if he was stuck through with it, I think it's worth more now because they have so many superstars and everybody's buying net gear and just their brand overall is just skyrocketing,
Right. What team would you buy if you had Jay-Z type of money? Like any sport.
I would buy the Miami Heat because I was a Miami Heat fan growing up.
What would you do different?
And I believe I wouldn't. I think we have an amazing organization, honestly.
Yeah.
I think we have an amazing organization.
So you wouldn't change
from Pat Riley,
about it? Like the coach or none of that?
Nah, not at all. I wouldn't.
Damn.
And it's very different in the NBA. Like it's not you have to attract players to your team,
Yeah.
In other sports like soccer, for example, you could just throw an unlimited amount of money. You could give somebody $1 billion. As a matter of fact, that's how much Messi's contract was worth. $1 billion with incentives.
I thought it was less than that. Didn't you say it was like 500 million or some shit?
No, with incentives, it's $1 billion.
So he's technically about a billionaire, or no?
I don't think he hit all the incentives, but regardless.
Is that just his latest contract, or it's multiple contracts?
That's his latest contract, but he's had this contract, I think, for 5 years. It's a 5-year deal, if I'm not mistaken.
But it's the first one that's $1 billion worth?
I think so. But soccer gets a little bit different because soccer, they also deal with imaging rights and a whole bunch of other things like that,
Yeah.
With the NBA, like they do, but it's not in the same sense.
Right.
I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I know soccer is very different than the NBA when it comes to contracting and stuff like that. The NBA, there's a cap. Like you could only there's a max amount of money that you could give a player. And a player, let's say if a player won MVP or was selected in the best team of the season in the NBA first team or second team or third team, then they're able to get a little bit more money as opposed to you being a great player, but you didn't make those teams. So you're not eligible for a certain amount of money because you didn't make those teams. You get what I mean? If you won MVP and if you made those teams, then you're eligible to get more money.
I see.
And loyalty. So what the NBA also does, because you have big teams in big markets like Miami, New York, Los Angeles, competing against small markets like Memphis, San Antonio, Cleveland. What they do is they also reward players that stay loyal. So if, let's say I own Miami and a player is about to be a free agent this upcoming season, I can offer him a 5-year deal with, let's say, $30 million. if he doesn't re-sign with my team and he goes to a different team, the max they can offer him is only 4 years and $25 million. You know what I mean?
So lower.
So he's gonna have to take less. Yeah, he would have to take less, 1 year less, and $5 million per season less if he doesn't recommit to my team.
Oh, these contracts could be complicated, huh?
Yeah, it's a business, bro. It's fun though. Like when you really get into it, and like, I can only imagine being an owner. It must be stressful, but it must be fun at the same time. Because now what you could do as well is, let's say I own the Heat and you own the Lakers, and my player, his contract is about to end, and he wants to play for your Lakers, but you want to sign him to a 5-year deal, and so does he. He wants that $30 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
What we could do is I can sign him back to my team, and we could trade, because now I'm going to get something back for him as well, as opposed to him leaving for nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you could work it out in a way like that too.
It's crazy. They're just fucking pawns.
Yeah, they're all pawns. But I feel like nowadays players have a lot more of a voice thanks to social media,
Right.
and more of an impact, whether it's politically or socially, whatever, you know.
Yeah. Did you
Players
see
definitely have more of a voice.
Right. Did you see the trailer for the new Space Jam movie?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think?
It actually surprised me a little bit. I was like, I could watch it, just I guess for the nostalgic feeling of it, you know.
Yeah. But that's
I
because you're
actually
a
rewatched-
LeBron James fan, right?
I mean, I like LeBron.
Right.
I wouldn't necessarily say like I'm a fan of his. Like
Yeah.
I am a fan of his, but I wouldn't say like oh shit, because LeBron's in this movie, I gotta watch this movie.
Right.
Not at all. Not at
I
all.
don't know. Based on the trailer, it just looked like it was gonna be whack as fuck to me, bro. But so is the first Space
It's a kid
Jam.
movie.
It is a kid
Yeah.
movie,
Did
right?
you? Yeah, it's a kids movie. I rewatched the first Space Jam during quarantine, and to be quite honest with you, I hated it. I was like, damn, this shit fucking sucks. Like, I used to love this movie as a little kid, but now as an adult and I could comprehend things, and I guess, you know, now that I have more of a mind of a filmmaker and I'm kind of seeing how everything's done, I'm like, this shit sucks. It's Michael Jordan, I get it. He's an athlete, not an actor, but you know, his acting is fucking terrible. It just is what it is. Like it really is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool
I loved
to
it
have
because
people like that in movies, you know.
no, yeah,
That's why 8
it
Mile
makes
was so
money.
powerful too. Like when Eminem was in 8 Mile.
Yeah, but I feel like Eminem did his thing.
No,
You
he
know?
definitely did, for sure.
But
But it's just cool because like it's cool
different.
seeing people like that come like outside of their regular thing to do something else, you know. And if they're good, that's
Right.
like so surprising and so like
Right.
praised on.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing is too is you're not a basketball fan, you know.
Right.
There's so many basketball references. There's all the players and stuff that you have no idea who the fuck they are. You know what I mean? So there's a little bit more in it for me or for a basketball fan than somebody that has no. I don't even know if you fucking like Looney Tunes. I fucking love Looney Tunes. That was my shit.
I used to watch
growing
it
up.
a little bit.
Oh, you see, no, there's no little bit. I used to watch it every day, all the time. As a matter of fact, sometimes I put on Looney Tunes on YouTube and I just watch some
Really?
Looney Tunes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got a kid inside of me.
Fuck. What about that earthquake? Did you feel it? I heard LA got a
Nah,
earthquake.
I heard about it. I didn't feel shit.
No?
Did it happen at night? You know me.
I think it
I
was
remember there was like
last night.
Yeah, see, there's earthquakes that happen at night. There was one that happened, and my roommates, apparently every one of them woke up. They were like, yo, like, what the fuck's going on? I didn't wake up at all. I don't wake up to that
Yeah,
shit.
you don't. You fucking skip through 10 alarm clocks.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm training my
Scary,
body in a
man.
bad way. You know what I have to do? I have to like change the tone of the alarm clock
Yeah.
because my body gets used to the tone,
Yeah, you're
and
like
then I
immune
really
to it
don't want to
now.
wake up. Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Oh, I'm coming to LA next week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you look at your watch like that? Like, oh
Cause it
yeah,
fucking
I'm fucking coming
vibrated,
out like
bitch.
this.
Dickhead.
Yeah, it's fucking coming to LA next week. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it on my schedule here somewhere. But
How long
yeah,
you staying?
like a week.
Yeah.
So if you're down, we could get some content and stuff.
Fuck yeah, that's funny. I literally texted your mom. No, I'm just kidding. Texted your mom yesterday, like just reaching out, like to say hi, happy Easter.
Mm-hmm.
And I said we should get something to eat. I haven't seen her, Emily, and Chris in a while, and now you're gonna be here, so we're definitely gonna end up getting something to eat.
Yeah, for sure. We could do that. I'm gonna try to write us some skits. Try to see if I
Yeah,
can come
alright.
back on a skit game. Yo, that skit you dropped today was pretty funny. That
You
shit was
liked it?
hilarious. Marlon killed it too. Yo,
Killed
his
it.
impersonation
Killed it.
was so on point. The walk,
Hilarious.
the walk of him like walking off and shit was hilarious.
Marlon is fucking great, man. He's a legend. I'm so. It's funny because we've talked about this before as well, but I think on audio. Before coming to LA, he was definitely him and Rudy Mancuso were the two people that I mostly looked up to. I was like, yo, these guys, they get it. They just get my comedy, you know? Because I love Rudy's creativity, and I just love Marlon's comedy and dark humor, and just sometimes like fucking, like, what the fuck did I just watch? Like, I love that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's funny that you say that though, because I feel like their humor is completely opposite from each other.
Right. But I don't feel like I have necessarily either or's humor, but I have like almost like a combination per se. You know, like I love being creative and, you know, adding my filmmaking aspect to certain things where Rudy would come in with music and certain things like that. But I also love the dark, twisted humor that Marlon brings, you know, that I could never see Rudy doing because he's more, let's say, like brand friendly per se.
Yeah. No, that's for sure. But hey, that's the path you gotta choose. You either choose to, be ad friendly or just choose to do whatever the fuck you want. Cause usually for Marlon's type of humor, it's pretty pretty explicit, and that can repel a lot of brands away. But if you don't fucking need them, then so be it. Like fuck them.
Yeah. You built an audience. You built a cult. I feel like Marlon needs to do stand-up.
Yeah, I think I could see that happening. Yeah.
I feel like that is really a good next step for Marlon.
You wouldn't do it? You wouldn't do stand-up?
I would. I would do stand-up. I don't think it's my time yet to do stand-up. I think I want to dabble in acting a lot more. I think that's my next thing that I'm really going to dabble in is acting. Take acting a lot more serious. And then maybe after a couple years of that, maybe like early 30s.
Are you more into acting or directing?
Back in the days, I would say acting, even though I've always been a terrible actor. But nowadays, I would say directing. But I do love acting, and I've been studying a lot more, watching people's acting skills, like just watching certain things just to watch an actor and what he does, and just trying to get more into that mindset of an actor, you know, and starting to seeing what's wrong, what I do wrong, or not necessarily that I do wrong, because everybody has per se acting style, and my content is more exaggerated. So the way that I act is an exaggerated version.
Which works for social media.
which works for social media, but at the same time, I have to know these tools and being able to do it consciously, because what I see happening is when I gotta take on a different role where I'm playing more serious, I'm still committing some of the same mistakes, or I'm still committing some of the things or doing some of the things that I would do in exaggerated acting. And I don't realize it because I'm not conscious of it.
Yeah. So what do you plan on changing about your acting?
Well, I just ordered this book on Amazon for acting, which is pretty good, and I'm gonna start reading that. I definitely am gonna do more auditions and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as my acting itself, not all sketches. If it calls on it, then I will. But one of the things that I realized is I go crazy with my eyebrows. Like going like that, like, "Yo, what are you talking about?"
Did you notice that, or did someone else point that out?
Somebody else pointed it out.
Okay.
Somebody else pointed it out, and then I went back and I was like, "Oh shit!" And the person that pointed it out is an extremely gifted actor. Like, personally, that I know, the best actress I've ever met. Actress, actor, doesn't matter. So she was giving me a lot of pointers and telling me what I needed to do as far as getting better. And then I started watching certain videos online and just seeing kind of what beginner actors do wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of movement in the head and stuff like that. You have to know that when you're getting that double, your head isn't supposed to move a lot. You got to be able to give a lot of emotions without moving so much. It's all within right here. And really, one of the main things that I think I struggled with as far as my characters and in acting is I never gave my characters thoughts.
What do you mean?
I feel like a lot of times I'm reading lines. It's not about, you have to know your lines. Don't get it twisted. There's memorization type of things that you can do, which I started learning too, which is pretty cool. But as far as having thoughts, you have to be thinking as the character, like, why are you saying this line? Be in that moment, like, if your character doesn't want coffee, why doesn't they want coffee? Do they just don't like coffee? They never like coffee? Or do they just don't want coffee right now because they're feeling sick? It's like having these thoughts as the character. I never really put myself, I have, but it's very rare. And it's specific things that I've done. Usually never my own content.
True.
But I want to be able to do that consistently and consciously.
Yeah. So the whole eyebrow character thing is bad to do?
It's not that it's bad to do. I overdo it. You got to do it in certain moments. You don't speak like this all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do move it a lot now that
I move it a lot. I move it a lot.
Because even on your Instagram stories and shit, sometimes you'd be doing that.
Yeah, 100%. I act as a character on my Instagram story, but it's...
This is the only piece of content that you're actually yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, it is what it is. But even here, I'm not really myself, because we were talking about this earlier this week, where you turn on a camera, somebody's watching you, you act like a little bit of a different version.
That's
so
true.
I want to apologize to the audience, because I'm trying to unlayer that onion and get to the center. It's gonna take some time, and I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to be more honest, because a lot of times I feel like we don't want to say certain things because we're scared of the whole cancel culture that's going on and stuff like that. But I don't want to be that way.
Even before all that, before just knowing that there's a camera recording you already puts this persona up.
Right.
It's not like it's. I don't know. It's just kind of like, it might be subtle, but it's still like something. It's still you kind of being different because someone's watching.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is like when we're sitting down and literally being ourselves and having a conversation, you're still giving a different persona of yourself because
Mm-hmm.
you're getting a different version of me right now. You're getting like an authentic, just hey, let's talk version, as opposed to you're vlogging and you point the camera at me. I'm gonna play an exaggerated version of myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
You're
I
not gonna get the. Go ahead.
hmm No, I think it also varies from like person to person too, because when you're speaking to your mom versus when you're speaking to me versus when you're speaking to someone else, you're acting differently
Yes.
between those people. So it's not like you're being yourself 100% for all these people. You know, like around my
Right.
uncle and my aunt, I'm a different type of person than I am with my friends. You know, or
Yeah.
around my grandma, I'm different than I am with my girlfriend. So it's like it's a
Right.
completely different version of me.
Yeah.
But
No, I agree with
I
that.
don't know.
I definitely agree with that.
So yeah, it
It's
definitely
almost like it's funny because everybody has that, you know. And I feel like
yeah.
even within ourselves, we have different versions. Like sometimes you just feel happy, sometimes you feel sad, sometimes you feel like a kid. I feel like a kid a lot. I'm a very big kid, I think. You know, I love watching cartoons for certain things. I
Yeah.
love just being wild and having fun and just doing the most kiddish things, playing games, playing sports. I feel like that's the kid in me that I feed on a constant basis, and I feel like it's important. I feel like we all have those. Like we have these different personalities inside of us
Mhm.
that just need those different things, you know? Sometimes I feel like a fucking like there I don't know, like sometimes I just feel like you fucking puff your chest out. You're like at the gym. You're fucking working out. And like I'm the fuck. Oh shit. You're like I'm the fucking shit. Ain't nobody touching me. You know what I mean? Like you just have that feeling. And then sometimes you feel like you're a fucking low life and you're a piece of shit and you're lazy because you decided to watch a movie instead of edit something or get some work done. You
Yeah.
know?
Right.
There's so many different things bottled up inside a human.
But do you think like when you wake up with that type of mood, like you don't feel like doing anything, you just feel down, do you feel like it's harder to like like pretend that you scheduled the shoot, you know, for you to act or for you to post a film a vlog or whatever? Like can you like turn that energy on even if you're down?
I could pretend for a certain amount of time.
Like what's the time limit?
And the thing is like I could pretend if I'm not that intimate with you. If I'm intimate with you, like you would know if I'm not having a good day. You would
Mhm.
know. You know me too well. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I know when you're not having a good day, even just by like your tonality or just like by certain things that you say or just how you are. Like I know.
Yeah.
And same thing, you would know like if I'm not having it or if I'm just you know that if I'm more quiet, I'm just different that day.
Right. For
Because usually
sure.
I'm not that quiet,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
But are you
So,
still
but if
able
it's with,
to like work?
yeah, 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 for sure. Like if I have to work, 100%. Because like I don't know. I'm not gonna say that I don't get sad, and I definitely get sad. But for the most part, you know what I've been learning about myself. I repress a lot of my emotions, and I just put things to the side. It's almost like I have like an invisible wall in front of me that whatever happens just poof, it's like those you know the snow fucking trucks that just shovel snow out of the way. Whatever gets hit in that thing just gets pushed to the side. It just keeps
Mm.
going forward. You know what I mean? I feel like I have that in me. And then when I start dissecting certain things and certain behaviors and certain thoughts, then I realized that I've repressed a lot of emotions. I've been learning that a lot about myself in the past couple weeks, actually.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out about myself.
I feel like this is like
Something.
a therapy session right now.
Oh, dude, I've been getting deep, bro. I've been getting deep, even like with myself and just like thinking. It's tough because when you start thinking about that, you're kind of laying in deep shit per se. You know, you're going into the deepest, darkest memories that you have. Almost sometimes things that you don't even remember because your mind just puts it aside. Like, we're not going to remember that. Like, that just happened. It is what it is, you know. But when you start thinking about those things, everything starts coming back to you, and you start thinking, you know, it triggers one memory triggers another.
Yeah.
And you start thinking of why you did certain things, or you know, like how certain things were out of your control, and how you felt, and why did you just suppress your own feelings? Like, how did you actually feel? Like, I'm almost going through the emotions now that I suppressed.
Damn. So you've been very emotional lately.
I guess it's not even necessarily like that's very like that's a bad way to put it, because it just sounds like I've been crying in my fucking bed. You know what I mean?
I just wanted you to sound like a bitch.
Yeah, it makes you sound like a bitch. But bro, honestly, fuck that. I feel like as men, we have that. You know what I mean? Whenever we talk about our emotions, we're always like, stop being a little bitch.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's true.
Yeah. Because I've seen you say that to me before too. Like, whenever I'm like, bro, why are you doing, like, just like getting in an argument with you, and you're like, why are you being so dramatic, you fucking pussy? Like, you just fucking say
yeah.
And I feel like it's not even that. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like exactly like we categorize males to be like a certain way, you know, and not be so emotional about anything.
Yeah, we've been trained that way, you know, to like, and I mean, don't get it twisted.
Even, like,
I also think
up,
like
when you get hurt, like your dad will be like, you know, come on, just fucking get up, dude. You're a man. Get the fuck up. Stop crying.
Right.
You know?
And like, and you know, I'm conflicted by that because I agree with that as well. You know, as a man, you just gotta fucking be a man and just stand the fuck up and like do it. And I think that's what it is with me. Like, sometimes I'm like, like, even if I don't want to do something, it's like, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna deal with the emotions later in life, I guess. And just go forward and fucking do it. You know, like, fuck it, just go in. So I think that's kind of what it is. But I guess what I've been dissecting more into is going deeper into it now is my father. I've never had a good relationship with my father. So I don't know. I guess it was just like there's things that hurt, you know what I mean? And I pretend like it doesn't, or that's kind of like that's where my shield comes in, where it's like, nah, fuck that. That shit don't hurt me. It's like my ego, you know what I mean? It's like, nah, fuck that. He can't touch me. But in reality, my ego is so struck by that he's affecting me. He's got like real estate in my mind without even knowing that it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's things like that. And it's funny because
I go through that as well, because of my dad. We have similar 100%. Stories when it comes to that.
Yeah, and so does our friend Larry. Because I called, or Larry called me this week, and we were kind of breaking that down and kind of talking about that. And I made Larry realize something that somebody made me realize this week. Maybe you might get the same realization. My father never said I love you to me. Larry's father never said I love you to him.
Really?
Did your father ever say that? Yeah. Your father said I love you to you?
That he was expressive about.
Right.
Yeah. It's just his actions that made it like sound otherwise or appear otherwise, you know? But as far as like vocalizing it, he wasn't really afraid to.
Right.
Still isn't.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, everybody's different. So I guess it was just kind of like dealing with that.
So are you gonna like, whenever you see your dad again, whenever you go to Brazil or whatever, are you gonna have that talk with him?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, I don't want to get like too personal and like go into like what's going on between me and him,
Mm-hmm.
but he in the past couple months he did something very 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 hurtful.
Towards you?
And yes, and he either doesn't or didn't realize. Um but my pride and my ego and my anger and resentment doesn't allow me to talk to him. It's weird because I feel like I can face anybody. Anybody could come up to me, I will not back down. Bro, I remember this one time I almost fought this one dude that was like 6'6" at a fucking basketball game. Fucking massive white boy. Stocky as fuck. He fouled the shit out of me, and then he fouled the shit out of my teammate. When he fouled the shit out of my teammate, I pushed the fuck out of him. And then me and him were just like back at it. Bro, he would have beat me the fuck up. I will not lie to you. He was going to beat... With one punch, it would have been over for me. But whatever. I won't back down. But when it comes to my dad, it's weird because I feel like a child still.
It's so funny that you said that because I think the same way. That's so funny that you said that.
It's weird.
Yeah, like, it is weird.
I can't.
It makes it seem like you're still a kid, like the way he talks to you, right?
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe.
Well, the way
maybe
he talks to you, or even confronting. Like I feel like if I were to go confront my dad, it wouldn't be as me. It would be as like the child version of me. You know what I mean? Like it.
You would forget.
I don't know.
How to
like I don't have
speak and shit. Like you would, your mind go blank.
Well, I don't know. I guess it's like the all those negative emotions build up over the year that just doesn't know how to come out, and I guess those emotions started really building up as a child, you know. Yeah. And I guess that's what kind of comes out when I think about confronting him,
right?
About something like that, you know. And it's crazy because I feel like when you don't have a good relationship with your father, or your father's not present in your life, or your mother, whichever one for whomever, you either become an exact version of them or the exact opposite of them, you know. And I personally feel like I'm going to be the exact opposite of my father, the way that he treated me, you know.
Yeah, I could say that
I learned
as well because, like, first of all, it's like a completely different generation. Second of all, you're in a completely different country, and third of all, with technology nowadays, it's changing everyone's human behavior. You know, so
right.
It's much easier to not be like your parents nowadays because you have examples of other figures in your life.
Well, yeah, but even besides that, it's like the mental aspect of things. It's like the commitment, you know, like you said that your father would say one thing and then would do another. That means that he had troubles with commitment, you know. So are you going to be committed to certain things, or are you going to do the same thing where you commit to something and then you don't pull through?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like traits.
It's more of those things. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Those traits.
Certain things you can't really help it though. You're gonna be, it's in your DNA to kind of be like
it's
that.
It's in your DNA, but it doesn't mean that you can't. When you go into those genes, you can make those genes dormant per se by doing certain things.
Right, like if you're conscious of it. But you might be doing something that you're unconscious of it, and then somebody else points it out, and you're like, "Oh wow, my dad used to do that. I've never noticed that I do that too."
100%, and that happens all the time. That happens all the time. You know, because yeah, it's crazy how powerful DNA is, bro. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't grow up with my father, and how many times have I heard my mom say like, "Your dad does the same thing."
Yeah, my mom says that to me all the time. Certain faces I do, the way I smile, the way I laugh sometimes, like any little thing that I do naturally, my mom says that it reminds me of my dad.
Yo, isn't that crazy? Like, think about that. Like, imagine having a shitty ex that you fucking hate, But now you have a child with them, so you get reminded of them every
time
fucking
you look
day.
at them.
Yeah, every time. That's what your mom's probably going through. She's like, this fucking guy. She probably like thinks of your father. She looks at you like, look at this. Sometimes she's probably like in her head, like, like you ask them, like, Mom, can you like fuck you? Like what? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh man, that's so funny. Yeah, you definitely got to be careful who you have a child with.
That's for sure, bro. Fuck. That shit is like, it's the scariest thing for me, honestly.
Having a kid?
Having a kid and choosing the right person to have a kid with.
Yeah, that's...
you know, because
that's a big
they're going to live
deal.
with that the other person and your traits for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You're going to take care of your kid for the rest of your life. You're going to be 90 and your kid's going to be 60 and you're going to take care of your kid still.
Yeah. You're always going to care. You're always going to have to, like, you have to be there for them, even if they need you, you know?
Ooh, as a matter of fact, I was looking up hertz and stuff like that as far as frequencies and vibrations. And when it comes to positive emotions, they're actually the highest hertz that the body or emotions can produce, which is the highest one is actually unconditional love. And then it follows by things with like love and happiness, joy, fulfillment, you know? And then the absolute lowest thing is fear.
And what do you mean by lowest and highest?
Frequencies. Like our bodies sets vibrations. Like we're affected by vibrations. There's vibrations all around us that we can't see.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like if electromagnetic waves or some shit.
Well, I mean, sure, we're electricity. We're definitely made out of electricity. That's why, like, that's where the heart pulses and everything comes from. You know?
Yeah.
We have electricity in us when you're alive. When you're dead, there's no electric magnetic current in you.
Right.
But do you think that music is like a form of mind control?
It could be. Yeah. For sure. And so is
I definitely think
television and movies.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. But I'm talking about just like music, because television combines visual and audio. You know, I'm just talking about just audio.
Oh no!
Not visualizing anything.
My light died. Hold on, let me switch batteries. My light. All right, what were you saying?
You're back?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so when it comes to television, that mixes visual and audio. What do you think about just audio?
Yeah, I definitely think it's a form of mind control. Because there's like even.
What do you think is stronger, visual or audio?
I think audio. Audio is subconscious. Visual is very conscious, like you know what's there. Audio sometimes, like when you're like crying during a movie, you're like you don't understand why you're crying, but like the fucking strings are like fucking playing, and that's very emotional. Like when it comes to sounds.
Yeah, and all those sounds that are playing is vibrating frequencies.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's even like certain frequencies that you could put on to calm yourself down, or even like to set your body in a certain mood. Like there's frequencies like 432, 528. Like each of these
432 is apparently like the
Earth frequency, right?
Yeah, the frequency of the world.
Right. So like there's certain frequencies that you can like play and be like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like be able to put yourself in that, like your body in that frequency as well, just by playing sounds. So your body kind of reflects it.
Yeah, because I mean, think about what we're made out of. Majority of our body's water.
Matter.
So you're vibrating the water, huh?
Matter.
I mean, sure, but it's water. That's what I'm saying. Everything is matter. Porra. But you're vibrating the water molecules
Right.
when you're playing these certain frequencies and shit like that.
We're just a big ass organ. Isn't it
Big
crazy
ass
that we
organ.
have like a fucking crazy battery inside of us, like powering this whole thing? Like, how the fuck? And our fuel is just food and water.
Then you shit it out.
Yeah.
How isn't it crazy how you could put in like a delicious, beautiful looking cheesecake inside of you, then it come out
Brown.
disgusting and shitty and smelly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Isn't that
like
crazy?
what happens inside of there? Speaking
I don't
of
know, man.
shit, I ate meat for the first time in like 4 years the other day.
I thought you were gonna say something else. I thought you were gonna say you ate shit for the first time. And how was your shit after you ate meat?
I didn't even like notice, because I do
No.
eat fish, so it's probably like somewhat the same as far
Your
as
shit already
smell.
stank. Yeah.
I don't know.
How was the meat though? It was good.
Ah, man, the meat was so good. Fuck, I haven't had picanha in so long.
Dude, when I had meat that was like rightfully cooked, I was like, ooh.
Oh man, but
When I was in Atlanta,
it honestly didn't feel like I ever stopped eating it. Like, as soon as I put in the
Right.
first piece, I was like, this feels like I just did this like last weekend.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
After
I've
years,
been pretty
bro.
bad lately.
You had to shit pretty badly. Is that what you said?
No, I've been pretty bad lately.
Oh,
I started eating chicken about 2 months ago, and I told myself I'm gonna work my way up, eating a good amount of chicken, and I'm gonna eat red meat in Atlanta because I had to go to Atlanta. So I went to a steakhouse when I went to Atlanta with my friends.
you went in?
Oh my God, I fucked that shit up and it was amazing. And I felt like I never left. I feel like I was always there eating meat.
I
was
need
like,
to
this
do
feels-
that. I need to go to a steakhouse because I haven't gone into
Oh
one
my
in so
God.
fucking long. I need to now.
Oh my God. It was so good, bro. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was like one of those good ass steakhouse, Fogo de Chão. Oof, that shit was bomb. But my favorite one actually closed down in Atlanta. I was really upset.
Because of the pandemic.
Yeah, they didn't survive the pandemic, man. I was like, damn, that was the best restaurant they had over there.
That sucks.
But damn, that shit was good. And bro, now when I go to the market once a week. I always buy chicken and meat. I've been buying some bomb ass steak from fucking Whole Foods.
You do it in the air fryer?
Hell no, I grill that shit.
Oh, you grill it?
Yep,
How you do it?
they go
You do it
outside
like
and I grill that shit.
You do it the Brazilian way, just salt?
I put salt and I bought this like specific seasoning that I found that was really fucking bomb. So I bought rock salt and then seasoning and a little bit of lemon. Oof. I could go for some right now, I swear.
He's gonna go eat some steak after this. Would you
Yeah,
get
I
into
might,
the keto
honestly.
diet? I think I asked you this before, but I forgot what you said.
I don't know if I would get into the keto diet. I gotta change up my diet, man. I started luckily
already
going
did.
back to the gym frequently. Yeah, I mean I did, but I gotta change it up as far as again, I feel like I could be eating a lot more different type of vegetables. Sometimes I just get lazy with cooking certain things.
Mm.
Like I've been eating a lot of fucking asparagus and spinach, which is cool, but
Yeah, because it's easy
I
to
don't know.
cook.
I need some other shit. Yeah, like I need some other shit. Like I like Brussels sprouts. I've made some good Brussels sprouts. This just, I don't know. I get lazy, honestly.
Yeah. It's so crazy how fast I can cook a piece of salmon now with the air fryer. It's literally
Yeah, but
5
you literally
minutes
just eat salmon.
every day.
Literally just salmon.
No, I mean, sometimes, but most times I have like asparagus or mashed potatoes or cauliflower rice on the side, some vegetables that goes in.
Cauliflower is terrible for you.
Really?
Cauliflower is man-made.
So is broccoli.
Yeah, they're not good for you.
They're not?
No.
But it's protein.
I mean, sure. Like, your body's just not digesting and really taking in those nutrients.
My whole life has
like
been a lie.
In a cellular level, that shit is not breaking down, and your body's not absorbing the right nutrients.
You should be a nutritionist, Nick.
Nah,
that would be your second career if you weren't a filmmaker.
Nope, definitely not educated enough. But I do love nutrition, and I try to pick. The thing is, there's so many different diets and ways of dieting. To me, I just think it's whatever fucking works for you. Like, if cauliflower is working for you, fucking eat cauliflower, bro.
I just thought it was healthier than regular rice. Like white rice.
I mean, yeah, white rice isn't fucking good for you at all, but yeah, I mean, eat asparagus.
I do.
Okay, eat more.
My piss stinks afterwards, though. I that's the part I
Does
I
it?
hate
How
about
much
it.
fucking asparagus are you eating?
Like 9 or 10.
Yeah, same.
And your piss don't smell?
I don't really
You
put
can't
my
smell
nose
anything?
close to where the piss is.
Bro, even when you're like pissing regularly, like you don't have to fucking go in there and sniff it, but it doesn't come up.
I could imagine you peeing, and then like I open the bathroom and I just see your head inside the toilet, like, that's asparagus, all right.
It has a very strong smell, dude. How do you not?
I don't smell it.
Wow.
I mean, I don't eat that much asparagus.
Have you lost your sense of smell and taste?
Maybe I have COVID for the last 6 months.
Yeah, the dogs are starting to bark. I don't know what's going on. But hey, man, that's, I think, all the time we have for today's podcast. Wouldn't you agree?
All right. I mean, I have more time for you, but if that's what you want, okay. No, it's what you want. It's okay. I get it.
I think that's all the time I have.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing because I have some questions here that gets a little bit spicy.
Whoa, let's leave that for the next pod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't know what else to say here, honestly. You want to say something?
Well, sure. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you guys for sticking around. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and to the Clips YouTube channel as well.
I thought we weren't going to plug at the end anymore.
No, we weren't going to plug ourselves. We were just going to say this channel. We weren't going to say follow us on the gram and on Facebook and on YouTube.
Gotcha.
We're just going to say
that's
subscribe to this. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, thanks, guys. Love you.
All right, y'all. See you next week.
Oh, and also watch. Nah, fuck. Look, I was already going to start plugging shit in. Nah, sorry. Let me unplug you guys. Ready? All right, the end.
Oh.
Make sure you cut it right there so you can make it look good, okay? Or else it's going to look fucking stupid if they hear me talking right now.
I want you to look stupid, so I'm just going to leave it in.